Warsaw, winter of 1977. Snow blanketed the ancient rooftops, covering the city in a frozen white silence. Nestled in the old town stood St. Mary Magdalene Church, built in the 18th century, one of the oldest and most sacred religious structures in the Polish capital. Father Tomasz Nowak, a 54-year-old priest with kind eyes and a warm voice, had served the parish for 14 years. The congregation loved him for his dedication, but rumors swirled that he barely slept, and that he often wandered through the church late at night, lighting candles and praying alone until dawn. That December, as Christmas approached, things began to change. One snowy night, at exactly 11:47 p.m., Father Tomasz was writing his sermon when he heard the unmistakable creak of the old confessional booth door opening, and then slowly closing. "I killed him. He deserved it. I do not repent." Startled, the priest stood up. The church had been locked. No one should have been inside. And yet, the voice low, masculine, and raspy like a man choking on his own sins echoed from the confessional, as though it had risen from deep below. He opened the booth. Empty. No footprints in the snow-covered stone floor. No wind. No explanation. Over the following nights, the whispers returned, each more disturbing than the last. "I burned her alive in the rectory. They never found her body. Know that. Father, I baptized with blood. I preached with a blade." A priest does not redeem. A priest judges, believing he was being tested by Satan himself. Father Tomasz intensified his prayers, fasting, and refusing even sleeping pills. But he told no one. He simply recorded each experience in a small leather-bound diary, locked with a crucifix chain. By late January 1978, the priest heard crying sounds coming from underground. He followed them to the long-sealed wine cellar beneath the altar, breaking through the rusted lock. Behind dusty shelves, he discovered a narrow stone passageway, called astes, leading to a hidden chamber. Inside, an ancient wooden desk. A massive tome bound in what appeared to be human skin. It was the journal of Father Gregor Malkovich, a priest who served the church in 1791. The diary detailed a string of mysterious disappearances, suicides after confession, and the eventual sealing of another priest Julian inside the chapel wall after discovering he was performing dark rituals and murders on the altar itself. Julian did not die. He laughed as we bound him. He said, "My confession will echo forever until someone forgives. But who can forgive a demon?" We bricked him behind holy relics. We hung a crucifix over his prison, but I still feel his eyes. Father Tomasz became increasingly withdrawn, pale, sleepless. He stopped preaching and spent his time reading ancient texts, whispering to statues, and shouting at invisible voices at night. On March 13th, 1978, he vanished. His room was locked from the inside. When the church staff broke in, they found a shattered mirror, a crucifix stabbed upside down into the floor, and on the altar, written in dried blood, Confessio non finita. The confession never ended. He was never found. 40 years later, in 2018, a French YouTuber named Lucien Gard traveled to Warsaw to vlog about abandoned religious sites. He snuck into St. Mary Magdalene at night. His camera recorded faint whispering in ancient Polish, though no one was visible. The confessional door opened on its own. 40 years later, in 2018, a French YouTuber named Lucien Gard traveled to Warsaw to vlog about abandoned religious sites. He snuck into St. Mary Magdalene at night. His camera recorded faint whispering in ancient Polish, though no one was visible. The confessional door opened on its own. For 0.7 seconds, the camera captured a blackened, burned face staring directly into the lens before vanishing. Lucien deleted his channel. No explanation. The footage was re-uploaded and went viral under the title, "The Final Confession of a Demon." The church still stands. Visitors still enter, but no one dares to be inside after 11 p.m. Because when the silence deepens, someone might hear a whisper, "Father, I have sinned. Do you dare hear my confession?"